So the Big Ten's just wrapped up. Amazing event, whole lot of competition, and it was just really fun to watch. One of the better conference tournaments in NCAA wrestling. But we're going to give you the results as well as a recap of the finals matches. Let's go into the video. So first off, at 125 pounds, it was Devin Schroeder versus Spencer Lee, and it started off very surprising that Schroeder got the first takedown, but Lee would get an escape and then got a takedown as well as some near fall. Schroeder would escape, Lee would get another takedown to get the lead 7-3, then got a few turns and took the lead 11-3 going into the second. Then got a reversal and had a few more tilts here and there and ended up attacking Devin Schroeder 21-3. Then at 133, one of the most anticipated matchups of the whole entire weekend. This one kind of lives up to the hype, but not really. RBY kind of dominated this one, got off to an easy takedown in the first minute, but then DeSanto got an escape to cut the lead to 1. But then in the second, DeSanto got another escape, made it 2-2, but then RBY just had a textbook kind of shuck by off of like a wrist shoulder tie up where he just kind of passed everything by and got a good go behind. Go up 4-2, then in the third got an escape. Took a 5-2 lead and then was able to stop DeSanto in the last minute of the match. Win over DeSanto 5-2, become a Big Ten champion. Then at 141 pounds, this was a very good matchup as well. Nick Lee started the match off with some misdirection here and there and ended up scoring the first takedown, but then a quick escape by Ironman made it 2-1 in favor of Lee. He really scored that takedown off that misdirection. It kind of got off to an angle, which is why he scored. But then on his next shot that he took after Ironman got an escape, just kind of like a straight on, like single high crotch type double. The takedown was kind of confusing what he did, but got in very shallow. Ironman kind of scooted out and then hit like a broomstick mat return where he put his leg between Lee's. Lee ended up falling backwards and Ironman took the lead 3-2. Rode him out for the rest of the period, and then in the second period, Ironman got an escape, made it 4-2, and then Lee took neutral in the third, made it 4-4, but Ironman got an escape. Then he also got a stall call on him, so it's 5-5, but Ironman ended up winning because of the riding time that he got in the first period. Then at 149 pounds, big underdog in Ridge Loveit versus Sammy Sasso. And Ridge Loveit ended up scoring the first takedown. It was 2-1 after Sasso escaped. Then in the last like 10-15 seconds of the period, Sasso got a takedown. I think there was like 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock when he got it. Ended up riding Loveit out for that period. Then in the second, went on bottom. Was getting rode out by Loveit pretty well until he was able to get a reversal and then rode Loveit out for the rest of that period. Made it 5-2 in favor of Sasso, and then he ended up riding Loveit out in the third as well to win his first Big Ten title. And then at 157, it was Caleb Young versus the heavy favorite in Ryan Deacon. Good scrambling happening after the first 2 minutes, but then Deacon was finally able to capitalize on one of those scrambles, get the high position, and get the takedown to lead 2-0. Then in the second, was able to get an escape, led 3-0, and then got another takedown, made it 5-0. Then got his riding time at the end of the third period. Ended up winning 6-0 over Caleb Young. Then at 165, it was the Bull Alex Marinelli versus Ethan Smith of Ohio State University. Marinelli started things off with a shot, but then Smith got into like a scramble situation, almost ended up on top, but then very well timed a stalemate by the ref. Really benefited Marinelli there, almost got taken down, but the stalemate kind of saved him there. So going into the first, it was scoreless. Then at the second, Smith chose bottom, got an escape very quickly, but then Marinelli was able to get a great double leg shot off a good setup. Took the 2-1 lead before Smith got an escape, making it 2-2. Then on the third, Marinelli was able to get an escape, made it 3-2, and hold Smith off for the rest of that period. Ended up being a Big Ten champion. I think it was his third one for the Bull, Alex Marinelli. And at 174, this was a good matchup between Carter Storocci versus Michael Kemmer. But Kemmer got into like a crackdown position in the first period, ended up getting a takedown, making it 2-0 before an escape by Storocci made it 2-1. Then in the second, ended up getting an escape. Storocci tried to get a takedown, but it got stalemated. Kemmer just had great hips throughout the whole entire period. Was able to get a 2-point near fall and another takedown in the second period, and then in the third, Storocci would get an escape, but it just wasn't enough as Kemmer won this match pretty comfortably, 7-2 over Carter Storocci. Expect these guys to meet again in the NCAA finals, as I heard somebody say this in the comments in the last video, but Penn State guys really do peak in the NCAA finals, in the NCAA tournament. So definitely you want to watch these guys as we head into the last week of March. Then at 184, it was Aaron Brooks of Penn State versus Taylor Vance of Nebraska. First 30 seconds, Vance started off hot, got a takedown, but then Brooks would get an escape and a takedown of his own right out for the rest of the period, taking a 3-2 lead into the second. Then he would choose bottom. Got a reversal to start it off, went up 5-3 after an escape by Vance. Then got another takedown, let him up, and then got one more takedown, making it 9-5 in the third, and then just got another point based off routing time. Ended up winning 10-5 in a pretty comfortable match for Aaron Brooks. Then at 197, Mean started the match off very well, got a good shot and scored there, making it 2-0, and then an escape by Schultz. And then right away, a high crouch by Mean made it 4-1. Then another escape with like 30 seconds left for Schultz, but it was 4-2 going into the second, where Amin started on bottom, got an escape, made it 5-2, and then Schultz started the third period on bottom, cutting the lead to 5-3, but Amin was really just able to hold him off for the rest of the third period, then get another takedown at the very end to win this matchup 7-3. Looking a lot better than he did at the start of the season at 197. Going to be a force to be reckoned with at NCAAs. And at heavyweight, Gable Stevenson versus Mason Paris. This is a good matchup, but Stevenson started the match off hot with 2 takedowns and then 2 escapes by Paris, made it 4-2. Going into the second, Paris chose bottom, had an escape, and then a hard single by Stevenson, and he rode out for the rest of that period with a 6-3 lead. Then in the third, Stevenson got an escape, hard misdirection, took the lead there, 9-3. Another escape by Paris, and then a takedown there at the end of the match for Stevenson to win pretty comfortably, as well as the routing time point put him up 12-4 with a major decision over Mason Paris. I think that's his third or fourth win over Paris, but these guys will probably meet in the NCAA championship later this season. I expect Gable Stevenson to dominate through that whole entire bracket. Let's wrap up our video talking about the Big Ten championship. Probably we'll see some of these matches that we had in the finals and the semis of the NCAA tournament, or maybe even the finals as well. So definitely a good tournament that went down, very entertaining, some close matchups. Match of the tournament will probably be Sebastian Rivera versus Nick Lee for me, or probably any matchup that happened in the semis or the finals of the 141-pound weight class. It really was very competitive. But that's going to wrap up our video for today. Make sure you like, comment down below, and sub for more wrestling related content like this.